right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 14 of the NFL preview show. Me and Lewis will be taking over today. Shout out to our K2 Water Hydration sponsor. Shout out to our Better app sponsor. Use promo code Not Broke to get your free $10 to $200 on any bet that you lose. Lou, it's just you and I today, buddy. Everyone else is down.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do you want to dive a little bit into last night's game, or you want to just strictly do the NFL?
No, let's dive into it. One of my big plays was Virginia to win that game. I didn't think the committee, the refs, the
I think that
NCAA wanted to deal with a G5 in
you
the
thought
top
that
12.
the Illuminati was gonna.
And they did that last drive to get them to tie the game. I was like, oh, that's it. This is it. They're pulling through right now. This is what we need them to do. They got them
Yeah,
to score after not leading the whole game. I was like, now they ruined their lives, and Virginia gets in.
I agree.
And you even saw it on the ref's face. The refs are there when he throws that pick. They're like looking at each other, like, "Yo, did anybody throw a flag? Is there anything we could do?
I know. I
Can we
saw it. I
review
saw it.
this?"
That was the same thing I thought too. It was crazy.
And I was like, "There's no way." But Duke pulled that upset. I think that was a horrible play call. Like that
Yeah,
flea flicker, and then when he throws it, I'm like, oh shit, someone must be open. Like this
yeah.
guy just launched it, and then it's double covered. And I was like, what the but I think he was in a panic mode just because of them being backed up to the 40 instead of
Yeah,
the 25. But
yeah.
at that point, you're down 7 in overtime. That means you have 4 downs to get a first down to keep the drive
Correct.
moving. Like you're
Yeah.
going for it. You're not going for a field goal or anything.
Hmm.
So that play call sucked. So it is what it is. Duke won first ACC championship. Manny Diaz wins it before Miami.
So
Whatever.
simple.
All that could get written off if Miami gets in today.
Do you think Miami gets in?
I like their chances. Like of what I've been hearing, I think people have been in like the committee's ears. Like that's all they've talked about. Like Miami head to head, Notre Dame. There's no way they could leave them out. And I think Bama getting embarrassed yesterday also helped Miami's chances. Because if Bama keeps it somewhat close or reasonable, they don't look like the Alabama that played FSU. Then
Hmm.
the committee's like, yeah, it's SEC championship. We can't leave them out because they made it here. But hey, you got embarrassed by
I
Georgia.
agree. I mean, personally, I think that a three-team loss, Alabama, with two bad losses in the sense that you lose to 5-7 Florida State, which is probably the worst loss of all college football teams,
Mhm.
and then you get embarrassed in your SEC championship. For me, Alabama isn't in. But
Yeah,
how do you allow the number one seeded SEC team not get in? So, and you know that these people are very SEC biased. I
yeah.
just have a feeling Miami's going to get fucked. I think they move Notre Dame up a spot, Bama in between Notre Dame and Miami, and they do what they've been doing all season. They're like, well, Miami's not next to Notre Dame, so Bama and Notre Dame get in. That's kind of how I feel. I mean, obviously, being a Miami fan for the last 20 years, that's kind of how it goes. But based on the way that Bama lost that game, there's no shot that they should get it, in my opinion. So,
There's no
they,
shot they should get in. Even Texas looked better than them, beating Texas A&M last week.
I agree.
And they have 3 losses. I just feel like you getting to the SEC championship or getting to a championship game doesn't necessarily mean you're the best in that conference. Just your schedule in that conference benefited you, or
Yeah.
and other teams played harder SEC games that got them out or got them eliminated, and that's why you're in. Or head-to-head matchups are like the tiebreakers is what got you in.
Yeah.
So I think that they're looking into that. Also now, Virginia not getting in. I think in the top 12 now there's not an ACC team. So I think that
Mhm.
also can benefit them. Like, hey, we got to put an ACC team in there.
I agree with that. I think there's a lot of money in the Power Five conferences, that in the Power Four conferences, that they need to get at least one of those guys in.
Yeah.
And I think that actually helped Miami to try and get in. So I guess we'll see. We'll find out at 12 o'clock shortly in a couple hours.
Mhm.
So, um, as amazing college football is, we are here to talk about the NFL. Let's jump right into the 1 o'clock games. And we have the Seattle Seahawks going to Atlanta against the Falcons. Seattle is a 6.5 point favorite. Over under is 44.5. I'll let you take this first one.
I love this spot for the Atlanta Falcons plus 6.5. I personally buy up to 7, and I take Atlanta Falcons plus 7. At home, I don't understand this line. This 4-8 team. Seattle's been doing amazing. Um, but I think it's going to be an over. I think there's going to be a lot of points put up in this game, and Atlanta is going to keep it close. Give me Atlanta plus 7, and I also have Jackson Smith and Jigba to have a bounce back game, and
Yeah.
I have over his reception yards in this game.
Okay. I like that. Um, I'm with you, man. West Coast teams traveling east. 1 o'clock game, which is a 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock game their
Yeah,
time. It's hard for to get up for that game. I think the Seahawks, you know, I think they could win the game, but I think Atlanta keeps it close. Maybe a field goal game at the end of the game, and I think the Falcons definitely can cover the 7. That's kind of my opinion. I like to fade those teams that go from east to west. I mean, or west to east. I'm sorry. We did
yeah,
that a couple weeks ago with the Chargers against Jacksonville. That was like our play of the day. And I kind of feel the same way about the Seahawks and Falcons.
yeah. I'm all over that. I love it. And like you said, it's a tough wake up spot for them. It's 10 in the morning. They have to get their motors going at that time, and 80% of the money is on Seattle. Spread minus 6.5. So we fade the public. Give me Atlanta.
All right. Next game we got is your Bengals at Buffalo. Buffalo is a 6 point favorite. Total is 53 and a half. I'll start this one. Um, for me, I hate fading Joe Burrow, if I'm being honest. Joey B is a savage. Um, I do feel like that line is very long. Like I think that's a big spread again for Joey and the Bengals. I probably would use Buffalo in like a teaser and take them down to pick them or money line and probably match that up with probably Green Bay. But those are like my two favorites. Um, that total seems very high, which I know what that means for you.
Mhm.
But 53 and a half is a ton. I know that the Bengals could score and their defense is not very good. And obviously the Bills with Josh Allen could score too. So I wouldn't put it past you that 53 and a half looks enticing. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the take that I have on this game. What about you?
Like you said, this over is 53.5. It's super high. I'm gonna go ahead and take that over. I'm worried about that 6.5 with the Bengals. Um, it's a lot of points, but I think I don't think they keep up with the Buffalo Bills. I know we went there and beat Baltimore last week, and it was sort of a defensive game that we didn't expect. Um, so for that reason, I think this week the defense is going to show its true colors and it's going to give up a shit ton of points. So give me total over 53.5. And then if I would have to lean, I would lean Bengals plus the 6.5, just because a lot of points. But I think Buffalo needs to get it going to get in the playoffs. And I know that if the Bengals win, they have a shot
Yeah, they got to win
in the
out.
division because it's wide open between the Ravens, the Steelers. Like anybody in that division could get in.
No, I agree. I think obviously if the Bengals went out, that it was step one last week. They played great against the Ravens. I do think the Ravens are overrated. I think
Mhm.
Buffalo's a much better team. Um, I do think the 6 is a lot, like what you were saying. So my play would probably put a teaser in and bring Buffalo down to pick them and take Buffalo money line and add another team in there that's probably a 6 or 7 point favorite.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, let's move on to an ugly game. This is a battle of the boys. Cam Ward versus is Shador. Shador is starting today. I believe he is.
Yes, he's starting.
Titans Browns. We have Browns minus 4.5. Over under is 33.5. What do you like there?
Um, I'm gonna go with the Titans +4. Give me Titans money line. I think they win. This is essentially who's the best quarterback that came out of this draft.
Yeah.
Cam Ward or Shador Sanders. It's not Dylan Gabriel. So um, I just think that the Titans are on an uphill battle because the Cleveland Browns overall team is better than the Titans.
Yeah.
Their defense, they're like they have it more put together than the Titans do. But you have Cam Ward, and so many people are on the Browns that it's scary. So give me Titans money line. Give me Titans +4. I think they could win this game in Cleveland outright.
I'm gonna side with you here. I think the Titans. I feel like that number is very short. I want to say that San Francisco is a much better team than the Titans, and San Francisco was only a 5 point favorite last week, and then now the Titans go into Cleveland and are only a 4 point dog.
Yeah,
Like I would have thought that the line was much bigger. So just because the line is short, I think that means that the Titans can in this game, hang around in this game. I do see 13-10, 14-17 type game, 17-13 type game. So if that's the case, give me the Titans plus the 4.5.
yeah, and the line shows that. So the over and under is 33.5, I believe. So that's like you said, a 17-14 game. It covers 3 points. It's a 3 point spread. It's a very low under. I actually love the under at 33.5. I love that. That's so low. And people
Yeah,
fade that just because they're scared of like, yo, that's like 4 touchdowns in the game. Like you're gonna go over. I'm like, all right.
that's
They're not gonna score
like
points.
I keep saying it. Cleveland is the best defensive team at home. They are number one statistically at home, defensive wise. So, and the Tennessee's defense is not horrible. I mean, obviously they're not great. They're the worst team in the league, but Shador's offense is not great. So I could definitely see like what we've been talking about, low scoring game, 13-10, 14-10, 14-17, all of that hits the under. So I
Yeah.
think we're on the same there. All right. We got the Commanders at the Vikings. The Commanders are actually a 1.5 favorite. Over under is 43.5. My initial thoughts is I'm not touching this game. If I'm being completely honest, there's nothing sexy or there's nothing that I want to do with this. I'm definitely not watching this game. If I had to make a play, I'd probably take the Vikings at home plus the 1.5. Both teams are awful. Both teams are using their backup quarterback. So honestly, I wouldn't touch it.
Um, I actually love this game. Give me the over 42.5. Like
Okay.
you just said, their backup quarterbacks are in. And the line is Washington, which they suck.
It suck.
And
It
then
is.
you see like the Titans Browns game, it's 33, and this one's 42.5, 43.5. Give me the over. I think both these teams are gonna it's gonna go into a shootout.
All right. All right. I like it. All right. We move on. Our homeboys travel up in a rivalry game to New York. We got the Dolphins 2.5 point favorites at the Jets. Total is 41. Weather is only 42 degrees, so it's not horrible. The big Tua can't play in the cold narrative. So talk to me. What do you like there?
All right, this is what I don't understand. Justin Fields is not playing in this game. It's
Huh?
Tyrod Taylor. So Justin
Oh,
Field is not playing in this game. It's Tyrod
okay.
Taylor, and the line's not even 3.
Yeah.
Like I understand it's a divisional game. I understand it's the Jets versus Dolphins, but to not give Miami not even a 3-point spread was like super iffy with the backup quarterback. With that being said, give me Jets plus 3. Give me Jets to win this game.
Yeah, I definitely could see it. I think the Dolphins uh winning streak goes to shits. I think this is where their season ends. Um, I want to say that the Jets get up for this game. Obviously, it's a division game. And give me the home dog, short home dog. I mean, I think Tyrod Taylor is better than Justin Fields, anyways. So give me the Jets plus the 3-2. I like it. I like it. All right. Next up, we got my Saints going to Tampa, 8.5 point spread. Over unders 41.5. This is another nasty game. um, Again, this is actually a good spot to tease the Bucks, I think, and get them
Yeah.
-2, -2.5, -1.5. Um, the Saints are god awful. Um, I think they're looking for a number one pick. I think they're not really getting up for these games. The Bucks, I mean, the Bucks are like one of those like you love that team. Like Baker is just a dog. He always finds ways. Um, if I had to pick, I would definitely do that. I would definitely tease down the Bucks down to 2.5, and
Mhm.
maybe take use that with Buffalo. Maybe use that with Green Bay. Um, but yeah, that would probably be my play.
Yeah, this 8.5 is huge line. Saints are awful,
Yeah,
but I think the Bucks are in there trying to just get a win. I think they're
yeah.
gonna take them lightly. With that being said, give me the Saints plus 8.5. Um, they don't have a shot of winning this game, but they're gonna cover. It's gonna be an ugly game, I think. So, and I think the Bucks are just trying to get a win, just to keep their playoff hopes alive and get a win there.
All right. We move on to probably the game of the 1 o'clocks. We got 8-4 Colts at 8-4 Jags. Indy is a 1.5 point favorite, and the total is 45. What do you like?
All right, this game, I think this is the Colts bounce back spot.
I agree.
They have lost 2 in a row. People are writing them off. They started off hot. They're not as good as they thought they were. Jags are hot, but Jags have beaten up on bad teams, in my opinion. Um, Give me the Colts to go into Jacksonville and beat them. I take them on the money line. Money line spread is -124 compared to the -1.5.
I agree.
People like say, why not just take the -1.5? They could win by a field goal.
They could win
That's
by
not
one.
true. That's not true. There's some stupid shit that happens in NFL games.
They go for
Um,
two and win.
yeah, they go for two. They're down two, and they go for a field goal to win the game by one. Give me a money line straight up. Give me Indianapolis Colts to beat Jacksonville at home.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. This is gonna be an official play for me. I'm definitely gonna be on the Colts. I was on the Colts last week, at home against Houston, and that was literally my only loss of the week, or of the day. So on a run it back, a double down, I am definitely gonna take the Colts -1, or well, I take the Colts money line, at Jacksonville for sure.
And then I have a player prop in this one as well. Daniel Jones rushing yards. It's over 6.5.
Well,
I'm slamming that. I think that's super low for him.
with a broken fibula. All right. Sounds good. He'll hobble his way to 7 yards. That's all we need.
7 yards. I didn't even the scrabble one time and get out of bounds.
Correct. All right. Let's move on to Steelers at the Ravens. Baltimore is a 6 point favorite. Over unders 42.5. Um, I hate that Steelers team. I don't think that Steelers team is very good. I think Aaron Rodgers is done past his prime. Their defense is not great. Um, Ravens is definitely a bounce back game. They got smoked by Cincinnati. They looked like they weren't even ready for that
Mhm.
game. I think there's a good bounce back game for the Ravens. Um, I I probably will be on the -6. If not, again, that's a good little teaser. Bring them down to money line. You could take them with the Bucks. You could take them with the Bills. Um, I don't mind doing that too. Uh, but yeah, initially, I don't think the Steelers can hang with the Ravens. If I'm being honest.
So the only thing that worries me in this one that the Steelers can win outright just because it's a divisional game.
Yeah,
This I think is a spot that both teams are playing for because they'll get the tiebreak um, in the in the division. Give them a lead. It'll set the other team back almost 2 games from each other. With that being said, I don't have a play in this game. I have a player prop. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. It's -155. To me, it's a way better line than picking a side on the Ravens and Steelers because you get dog shit Steelers that they are, or the
yeah,
Steelers can show up just because they're playing the Ravens.
yeah.
Um,
No, I agree. And usually those games are
so
3-point games. Usually they're
yeah,
last second field goals. Um, I just think there's a good bounce back spot game for the Ravens, but I
the
mean the
Ravens.
Ravens been fraud all year, so you got to show me something.
Yeah,
So
and I think that running game has missed out. Derrick Henry's look terrible. It's like this is last year. He's washed. I don't know what it is. So, but give me Derrick Henry to score a touchdown.
all right, and we move to the 4 o'clock games. First game on the ballot is Broncos at Raiders. Denver is 7.5 point favorite. The total is 40.5. These two teams played probably a couple weeks ago, and that game was 10-7 on a Thursday night. What are your thoughts?
Um, I think the public's going to be on Denver. Easy win over the Raiders. I'm going to go ahead and give me the Raiders. So I have a couple lines that are at +8.5. Give me at +8.5. I think the Raiders can
Okay.
keep it close. It's a divisional game for them.
Yeah, I agree. I probably anytime you could take a home dog that's 8.5, like you take it. They're down 14. They come backdoor.
Yeah,
They cover the 7. They cover the 8. Um, the last time they played, the Raiders played them tough at Denver. There's no reason why the Raiders wouldn't play them tough at home. So I like that pick
yeah,
definitely. Um, yeah, I think the Raiders can hang around in this game and definitely and let's be honest, Denver doesn't blow anybody out. They're that team. They're the Kansas City Chiefs of last year, where they just cardiac kids. They win by a field goal. They win by a late score in the fourth quarter. They're down the whole game. They're just a team that's not going to blow you out. Now they could
yeah.
blow them out today, but we're basing this off of their track record, and then their track record states that they're not blowing out anybody. So
Yeah, and this game, 83% of the money and the public is on Denver Broncos. That's a high
uh,
number
that
at
is a
plus eight
very
and a
high.
half.
Yeah.
So they're giving the Raiders 17% chance of covering this. Give me the Raiders. Just a touchdown and even a field goal game.
All right. Next game on the slate, we got a big time showdown in the NFC North. We got the Bears, the number one seeded Bears in the NFC, against the Packers. Packers are at home. Line is Packers 6.5. Total is 43.5. I will be on the Packers -6.5. I've been fading this Bears team for the last couple weeks. I've been getting screwed. I thought that they were frauds. Andy is a big Bears fan apparently this year, and he's been riding that wave. But I will continue to fade them. I think the Packers beat them by 3 scores. Um, I think the Packers defense is too much for Caleb Williams, and I think the Packers can score quite a bit. So I see a 28-17 game, 28-14 game, Packers.
Yeah, I'm all over the Packers in this one too. This is going to be one of my official plays. Packers -6.5. Like you said, to me, the Bears are frauds. They keep winning and pulling out this magic, but I think it comes to an end. Micah Parsons going to be all over Caleb Williams today. Give me the Packers -6.5 and an easy win.
All right. Move on to the last 4 o'clock game. Rams at the Cardinals. Cardinals are a 9.5 point favorite. Over under is 47.5. What are your thoughts?
So in this game, I hate the spread of +9.5, +10 with Arizona. I do think they could put up a shit ton of points. So with that being said, give me over 47 points between the Rams and the Cardinals. Rams can do their part to put up points, and Jacoby Brissett could do the same. So give me the over 47.
Yeah, I obviously that spread is very very large, especially that the Rams play at the Cardinals. I think the Rams obviously can score in bunches. And I think the Cardinals can put up 20 points, 17, 20, and the Rams would probably put up 28, 30. Um, I don't know what the Rams team total is, but that probably would be a play for me. I would probably assume it would probably be 27, 28, and I would probably
Yeah,
take the Rams team total over 27, 28, if I'm
hang
being
on.
honest.
Let's look it
Uh,
up real quick. What the team total would be. Um, All right, Rams team total is 28.5 or 29.5, -125 or -115 for 29.5.
yeah, I mean, 29 and a half, 28 and a half is more or less the same thing, if I'm
Yeah,
being honest. So I do see them scoring 30. I could definitely see that. I'll probably be on the Rams team total over, you know.
love it.
All right. Last game of the night, we got the Texans at the Chiefs. 22 degrees at Arrowhead. Chiefs are a 3.5 point favorite. The total is 41 and a half. I will start with this game. Obviously, I want to keep doubling down on the Chiefs, but realistically, that line screams Texans to me. I could see this definitely be a 3 point game. I think that this line by the end of the day is probably 4.5, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
Just because the Chiefs are a public better team, you know. So I can see them push that line up to 4.5, and I could definitely see myself taking the Texans plus the 4.5 because usually games that are ugly are the ones that hit, and the Texans going into Kansas City on a Sunday night, only 3.5 dogs is nasty. But I feel like that's the play. What are your thoughts?
So I hate the Chiefs. I hate the square betting. I hate to me it's the worst. The Texans are by far the better team, and the public's actually betting with Texans. So 64% of the bets are with the Texans.
Wow,
36% of the bets is with the Chiefs. The line has not moved.
wow.
With that being said, I think that I'm on the Chiefs, but that's not my
Okay.
play. My play is going to be on the under 41 and a half.
I actually like that under.
I think that the public gets crushed today, and they're going to go ahead and bet. They're going to be scared to bet with the Chiefs because of how bad they looked. So they might be betting that over. So go ahead and give me the under 41. And I think the Chiefs pull it out. This is one of those spots that the public's betting with the Texans, and the Chiefs can pull out a win here. But it's gonna be
Okay.
an ugly game, and if they lose, I think they're done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's definitely playoffs start for the Chiefs this week.
Yeah,
Chiefs can't lose a game. I mean, I think they could lose one game in their last five, to be able to get in as a 7th seed. Um, so I think their playoffs start today. I mean, it's hard to bet against Mahomes at home. I just see that line so short, you know, which is enticing. I probably won't make a play on it, if I'm being honest. I really like that under.
yeah.
Eh, Obviously the Chiefs defense is very good. The Houston Texans team, I want to say, is the number one total defensive team in the nation in the National Football League. So I actually love that over under 41 and a half. The under 41 and a half, I'm sorry. So I'll probably be on that under with you.
Yeah, and the Texans are on a 4-game win streak. They're hot right now.
Yep.
So I think that's why the public is on the Texans, just because they looked better. Their defense looks amazing. And I think the Chiefs' defense isn't the worst. I think it's their offense. What people don't like to point out is like, oh, it's Mahomes. I understand it's Mahomes, but the offense has looked atrocious to me.
No, I agree.
In the red zone, they can't score.
They have
They
no
have
run game.
they have no run game, so it's very ugly for them to put up points. So that 41.5 is probably gonna be one of my official plays. That's how much I like that play.
Nice. All right. Let's go to the last game on the slate, which is tomorrow, Monday Night Football. You got the Eagles at the Chargers. Eagles are a 2.5 point favorite. Over under is 41 and a half. What are your thoughts?
Give me the Eagles money line. I think this is a bounce back spot for the Eagles. They've lost two in a row. I know the inside they have internal issues. The locker room is a shit show. But that Eagles defense is top notch. That's the only reason that they're even being talked about right now, because that offense is atrocious.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts
we both feel the
looks
same way.
like Jalen Hurts looks like he's a flag football player. Like he can't get the ball down the field. He only wants to run it. Um, it's just terrible. The play calling sucks. Saquon Barkley can't get going. Like I don't know what's going on with them, but that defense for some reason just saves them time and time again. Um, and I think they pull out a win in LA. So give me the Eagles money line tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, what the Eagles are to me, I always say this on the Sunday shows. What the Eagles are to me is what Ohio State is to you. I fade the Eagles every single play. And of course, last week I took them against the Bears because now the Bears are my team to fade. And they lost outright. I never lay 7 points. Never. And I laid the 7 and they lost outright. I agree with you. I have to run it back on the Eagles. That game crushed me. So I'm probably gonna be with you on the Eagles money line. The Chargers are an up and down team, man. They'll show up one game, they'll be one of the best teams in the league, and then they'll come back and get smoked by the Jaguars 35-6. They're
Mhm.
very inconsistent. I think Justin Herbert, when he's on, he could top five quarterback. When he's off, he doesn't look good. I could also say the same for Jalen Hurts. Me and you agree Jalen Hurts is not a very good quarterback. He's a winner. He finds ways to win, yes,
Exactly.
but he is not a very good throwing quarterback.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I'd probably take the Eagles money line with you.
Yeah.
So, all right, my brother. Well, that wraps up the NFL. Uh, Tune in on Tuesday. We will have a recap of the college football conference championships. We're going to talk about the college football playoffs and the matchups that they're going to have. We're going to talk about the recap of the NFL and probably talk about a little bit of some college basketball that we had a very good week and betting college basketball. Um, as far as that, Lou, you got anything else?
Yeah. So the ladder challenge got ruined for us because Kentucky sucks.
Yep.
So we start the ladder challenge again. With $100, our play of the day is going to be Indianapolis, Jacksonville Jaguars over 45.
Okay.
Um, let's get it rolling with that over.
All right. I'm definitely gonna be writing it.
So let's do it. Let's get to that 10,000.
All right, my brother. Good luck. Have a happy Sunday, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
All right. See you, boys.